why I'm sad. You've been out all night, know you've been bad. Don't tell me different, know it's a lie. Come to me, honey, see how I cry.
I think I said it right.
All right, Gretchen.
So you guys, if you want me to explain this to you guys before the next meeting, so that you understand this chart when you look at it.
I'll come in. Thank you. I cannot come in. I have a regular day job. I need someone to email me that, and I will take an explanation in email. I'll decipher it myself.
We'll see what we can do.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
In fact, these BP have an email to all of them.
That would be great.
So for this one, it was income qualification. I didn't have enough documents for income qualifications. We emailed back and forth. She is a household of two, and she receives disability funds, so I had that. But her husband is self-employed with his own business, and she provided me with a profit and loss of 6 months, but it was handwritten. When I went back and asked for invoices, estimates, anything like that, she said she could not provide that. They hadn't filed taxes, I think she said from 19 to 23. I requested third-party verification for income and the business expenses. The application mentioned receiving a personal loan as income, and so I requested proof of those funds, and I didn't receive that. The applicant asked to pay off some credit cards, but the statements were not provided to verify it was debt. The debt was accumulated before, during, or after COVID. Without the statements, there was no way for the committee to determine when the expenses occurred or to determine the eligibility, ineligibility expenses. One credit card was opened in July of 2018, and the others could not be determined. The applicant also asked to pay off child support, and that's not an eligible expense.
But her only denial reason was for being over income qualified.
No.
Not being able to provide the documentation, any supporting documentation.
I just wanna make sure what she was notified of.
Yeah, and I've received emails from this appellant, and I understand and sympathize with her that she has a lot of grievances with the city and how these funds were distributed. Just remind this council that we're here, she's here to present her case as to why she should not have been denied, and confine it to that.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nicole Kapuscinski, and I'm a combat veteran with complex PTSD, and I receive a medical 100% unemployability each month, and I haven't filed taxes since 2010. I don't understand how they can call it a business, because it's not technically a business that he has. He works odd jobs. I mean, we call it.
Not on the deed.
And he's not on the deed. That was the other rule. So on the rule of the homeowner occupied assistance, it said that all persons listed as owners of the property must be income qualified. He's not listed on the deed, he's not listed on the mortgage, he wasn't listed on the lawsuit that I had to deal with to protect my property from my neighbor who tried to steal a half acre. And I have taken damages from the court system being shut down for nearly 2 years. He was out of work for 2 years, so they want documentation for those 2 years that I can't provide because he wasn't getting work as a painter. Nobody was letting him inside the house, or they weren't letting a lot of the people inside the house to do some of the construction. So his job, he was literally out of work for 2 years during the time frame in which the instruction gave. Now, the website, I submitted my documentation. Now, there is an issue with my credit because I was also targeted by another financial scheme like the Phantom Debt Collector scheme, John Williams. And in 2023, when I tried to get some type of loan to fix all the financial damages that was caused from Stephen Schuyler, who is now the Madison County Deputy Assessor, I'm getting sidetracked there, but I just found that out this week when I tried to figure out how to get my property taxes back since I can't get protection. So what JW Finance did is they went in and changed the name on all my bills. They changed the address, the contact person, the phone numbers, everything. So when she started asking me for some of that information, I wanted to know if I was being denied. Because if I have to do that, I have to go through some extreme red tape. And the case for JW Financials just went through the Indiana State Attorney General's office, and they sent me to DC because there's a case where these people have stolen almost $10,000 from me. So, back to, the lawsuit cost $40,000. I kept getting bumped because of murder cases and murder trials. So from 2020 to 2022, the lawsuit should have never even been started. It was frivolous from onset. Kenneth Hodgson didn't even meet the Indiana code to be able to claim squatters' rights. And then at the end, at trial, I won a bittersweet win, and I was supposed to get 40 grand back because of the Indiana inadequate laws, I can't get my attorney's fees back. So
So I have a question, and this is really for the people back there. So she just stated that she's the only one on the home, so this is not like some of the other situations. So it doesn't matter what he makes or doesn't make. So have you seen,
No.
It does matter.
It's however many people live in the household.
okay, so that's what that's what I'm like,
Correct.
okay, so it matters, so if there's two people that live in the home, then you have to have both incomes, and you have her income, is that correct?
correct.
And with just her income, does she make enough, too much, too little?
I don't have that in front of me. The other piece for income would be, we have to know the loan,
Okay.
amount because that's considered income. And then the second piece to that is with the credit cards, not having statements, we don't know if it was pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID.
So,
And just further, the child support.
Yeah.
I mean, this is under homeowners assistance.
Right.
No way, shape, or form does child support qualify.
so does she need to have pay stubs and tax records and W-2s in order to prove?
I think that the committee and Gretchen and her team went out of their way to try and approve as many people as
Right, I
possible.
understand.
I mean, anybody could come in off the street and say, yeah, I don't make, $5,000 a year. I can't provide any documentation to back it up, just take my word for it. Well, I mean, I don't think the federal government is gonna be okay with that.
And that's what you're saying, because there was not enough proof with what he
Correct.
makes at your house.
Correct.
Or in their house.
So if her husband didn't make didn't have an income at all, what are you saying?
I'm saying that anyone who applied had to be able to substantiate the income amount that they're claiming.
So you're saying her husband was living there, but he did provide an income?
He was unable to verify any income or provide his actual income figures.
So that
He
was,
was unable to establish that they would qualify for this under that, as well as the other, paying
So that was-
past due credit cards and child support.
so that was a disqualifying factor that he did not have an income, correct?
I mean, I wasn't involved.
No, it's not that he didn't have an income. They provided a profit and loss for the 6 months, but they couldn't give any documentation to substantiate that income or the expenses.
So they gave proof that he did have an income,
A handwritten.
thing.
From the
Yes.
state of Indiana, a handwritten document from the state of Indiana that was turned into the ARPA funds for the state
How
of
can
Indiana.
it be how can it be handwritten from the state?
Yeah, but I don't
They
think-
sent me the document when I applied for ARPA funds with the state, and they said, this is what you need to do, fill this out, until I filled it out.
Yeah, the state of Indiana is not gonna
Sent a
provide a
handwritten.
profit loss statement.
Yeah, that's not.
I have a copy of it at home, and I can send it to you within 24 to 48 hours. I have
I
everything
mean,
in
state of
electronic
Indiana's not gonna send out
documents.
a handwritten document.
No, that's what they told me to do. If he doesn't have, or he has self-employed, it was the self-employed document, and it was on their website. I had to go and download it to be able to get a copy of it. Cause if not, then I wouldn't even have turned that in if the state wouldn't have told me to.
Sort of like a zero income affidavit.
Something like
I
that.
understand
And so, I mean, if I need to have a copy of it, I can show it, but I couldn't even prove that. I felt like it was, like I was trying to be as honest as I could about the receipts, blah, 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 but receipts don't exist. And then if they're gonna count the loan for $20,000 from his parents, because we pay it, pay $400 a month back on them, I don't know how to get that documentation. I don't even know, it's through his dad.
I have a question. So what was turned in was a handwritten receipt from folks that he did work for?
No, it was some type of form that I got on the Indiana website.
Only documentation that you supplied to support his.
I guesstimated.
Which you willingly offered up and didn't exactly have to, but I bet a paper
Right.
trail would eventually let.
And so, but the receipts, it goes into a little bit of emotional stuff and relationship stuff where, I've asked for certain things, I don't get them, but that's a personal problem that now I feel like I'm getting denied for something that I didn't have him when I got approved for the mortgage. I got the mortgage on my own with a 750 credit score. And within 1 year, my bank accounts were drained because I was defending myself from a frivolous lawsuit that technically was a crime.
Well, I'm gonna go to the paper, we gave millionaires money, so.
That's what I'm saying. And then the criteria, they say they're following the rules. Well, I requested ARPA fund applications for Oakley Brothers and for the Toast Restaurant. And if you really go on the paper trail that some of these people have, they didn't meet the criteria for the first round, but yet they somehow wound up with money. And I would like to know how Oakley Brothers is income-based and makes less money than me to be able to get the homeowners and the almost $70,000. And a half a block.
Let's move on.
Sorry.
Any other questions from council? Questions from the audience?
Call for the question.
Question been called?
Counselor Turner,
No.
Counselor Harless.
I have to admit, I'm very disappointed by all of this. I think that our administration needs to do a much better job of serving its community. I know you guys did what you did, and I appreciate the effort that went forward into this, but you guys could have hired help. That is there's no excuse, none for that. I have to vote in her favor, so I'm voting yes to approve this appeal.
Counselor Dixon.
And I feel the same way. My vote is yes, I'm approved.
Counselor Freeman.
No.
Counselor Cole.
No.
Counselor Landers.
No.
Counselor Newman.
No.
President Stevenson.
No.
Denied.
Resolution 2324 been denied. 7-2. Councilman Newman.
Mr. President, I would like to bring forth city resolution.
Why must you hurt me? Do what you do. Listen here, girl, can't you see I love you? Make a little effort, try to be true. I'll be happy, not so blue. Telling me those lies, still going out with other guys. There'll come a day I'll be gone. Take my advice, won't be long. When that day comes, won't be mad. Be free of you, but I'll still be sad. In spite of you cheating, still love you so. I'll be unhappy, I let you go.